Welcome to the 5th tutorial for the GenoPred pipeline, an easy-to-use, scalable software pipeline developed at King's College London, which can be used to calculate polygenic scores. In case you missed them, check out our earlier videos demonstrating the pipeline installation, pipeline configuration, and running the pipeline. In this video, we're going to go into more detail on requesting outputs from the pipeline and then finding those outputs. All of this information is also available on the GenoPred website, linked in the description below. Okay, so in the previous video, we ran the pipeline using the test data, specifying the rule output all. This command requests most parts of the pipeline to be executed, summarizing the outputs in a report. However, there are several other rules that can be specified to obtain intermediate and additional outputs. I recommend looking at this useful figure, which gives an overview of the pipeline. Using it, you can see what outputs are created by the pipeline, which are the blue squares, and the corresponding rule to request those outputs, which are in the red squares. For example, let's say we don't want the full pipeline to run, but instead we just want it to do quality control of the GWAS summary statistics. By looking at the figure, we can see the QC'd GWAS sumstats are created using the sumstat prep rule. So to generate those QC'd sumstats, we can use the rule like this. There are 12 other rules that can be specified to obtain other outputs. The only parts of the pipeline that are not executed by the output all rule are principal components analysis in the reference data, projection of those reference derived principal components into target datasets, and within target quality control. The within target quality control can be particularly useful if you want to estimate relatedness within the target sample, generate target sample specific principal components, or remove population outliers within the target sample. Have a look at the figure or the table below to see the various rules and what they return. Another important step in using the pipeline is finding the various pipeline outputs once it's been completed. On the website, there's a section showing the pipeline's output structure to help you find what you want. I've also written some handy R functions that can be used to read certain pipeline outputs into R. These are also summarized in the website. You need to source the R functions from the functions pipeline.r file first. One example of using these functions is reading in the polygenic scores. You can do this using the read PGS function, which finds and reads in all of the requested polygenic scores using the pipeline's configuration file. Another particularly useful function is the find pseudo function, which will return the name of the polygenic score that is selected by pseudo validation, a process used to estimate the best score produced for a given GWAS and polygenic scoring method. Now you should have everything you need to use GenoPred. I welcome any questions or issues to the GitHub issues page.